I can shake off everything as I write. My sorrows disappear. My courage is reborn. Anne Frank. Welcome. I am Miranda Pierce. I am a Pacific Northwest wife and stay-at-home mom, the former Blink boss of Pierce's Paparazzi, and this is Making Yourself at Home. The last couple weeks, we have talked about the importance of gratitude, the importance of effective goal setting. What do these things have in common? The need to write them down. I am a firm believer that writing these things down helps make them physically real and loom larger in our minds. Now, I'm naturally a note taker. I've talked about this in the last episode. If it's not written down, it is not happening. It really solidifies my thought process. But not everyone is this way. So let's go over some of the benefits of practicing this skill. Paperandplanco.com put out an amazing article on this topic, and one quote really stood out to me. Quote, one huge benefit to writing things down is the ability to clarify. Clarity is what helps people become successful because they're able to clarify their goals, priorities, and intentions. It's one thing to have goals, hopes, and dreams. It's another to have them written down. If they're written down, then they're real and they require your attention if you want to make them true. Plus, once they're written down, you can expand on them and make them more specific so they can become reality. In addition to that, Mark Murphy of Forbes magazine says, quote, vividly describing your goals in written form is strongly associated with success. And people who very vividly describe or picture their goals are anywhere from 1.2 to 1.4 times more likely to successfully accomplish their goal. Sold. That sounds pretty good. So what does this look like? I have found that the main two parts of the process are external. So once something is written down, it's typed out, you've gone through that process of physically creating something that says your goal on it, it becomes easier to access and to review. So it becomes like a visual cue, right? To keep it fresh in your mind, keeping it up front. You posting it on your fridge. You could post it on your mirror so that when you get ready every day, you see it. It could be the screensaver on your phone. It physically is something that is reminding you of what you want to remember, right? So that's external. B is encoding, which is internal. It's an internal process. So this is the biological process by which the things that we perceive go through our brain's hippocampus, and that's where we analyze it. That's where the decisions get made of what is important enough to remember long-term and what stuff gets discarded. So if we're writing things down, it kind of helps improve this process and gives you a greater chance of remembering the things that you want to remember. So some of the other benefits of writing things down, here we go. One is to develop focus. There are no shortage of distractions in today's world. Am I right? I know for me, I go through all the things, right? I've tried, the timers on my phone, only turning the TV on after I've gotten, X, Y, and Z done, like all those things, right? Because everything's at our fingertips. I could go on with a pure intention of doing something like paying a bill, answering an email, doing something productive on my phone, and then sit there and scroll for an hour. It gets away from you so easy. Entertainment and social media, as good as they could be, as those things can be, also affect our mental efficiency, right? It's like we have too many tabs open in our brain. We've got to narrow it down. So writing kind of helps that. 2, reducing stress. This one I love, and I don't take advantage of it as much as I should. So this is a great reminder for myself of something I need to be doing more of. That's the unspoken perk, I guess, of doing these podcasts is you remind yourself of things like, oh yeah, I know that this works. Like, why am I not doing this? This is one. If you want to reduce stress by writing things down, brain dump. And there's so many people that swear by this, and there's lots of different ways that you can do it. But really all it is you take like 5 minutes of uninterrupted time and write down literally everything that comes to your mind. It could be super random, right? It could be, songs or, to-dos, I don't know, meal planning. I don't even know. Just random, your emotions, the things that you're stressed about, anything and everything under the sun. Just write it all down. 5 minutes, uninterrupted. Get it all out. And then you can move on. Basically, you're just creating that space in your brain so that you can concentrate on the important things. The cool thing is I've seen it done one of 2 ways. One at the beginning of the day. So 5 minutes at the beginning of the day, brain dump. And then it kind of helps you narrow down your to-dos and set your intentions a little bit more efficiently. Like you could kind of narrow down what's actually important on that brain dump. But I've also seen it done at night, 5 minutes right before you go to bed, so that it helps you sleep better. You get all the worries and stress and the things that happen throughout the day out of your mind so that you can rest well. And then it's physically there too. So if there was something important that happened or that does need to be done the next day, you can recall back on it. 3, note emotions. So this kind of goes hand in hand, right? Negative thoughts attract negative emotions. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. No, it's big. I mean, it makes total sense. And it helps when that happens, it leaves you demotivated and uninspired. You kind of just start this downward spiral, and it's hard to get yourself out of it sometimes. So writing down really just creates a process of introspection. It can help you develop an understanding of like the root of problems, right? The root of certain emotions that you might feel, the ways that you react to things, so you can better deal with things in the future. Then number 4. Forgot what number we were on. 4. It helps you to record your progress. So if you're one that's into journaling, this is for you. But honestly, this is like a poor man's journal, right? This is like journaling for dummies, like for beginners, the novices, journaling 101. Just even if all you're doing is brain dumping, you're noting your emotions, you're writing your goals down, you're starting like that, it becomes your unofficial memoirs. It becomes an unofficial journal. You can look back on that and be like, oh man, that's what was going on in my life at that time. Like I've kept planners. It sounds so weird, but I legit have kept planners from the last few years because I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what was going on. And that's what I was working on. And like, I can see it really paints a picture of the things that I was doing and the things that I've accomplished. That was one thing that we talked about last week too, with goal setting, when we're writing things down as they have already happened, right? To give our mind the power. Also writing down our emotions throughout the process, what we're learning about what we feel about what we are learning, who has helped us along the way, how this goal is benefiting us, how it's helping us to serve others, all those things. And then you can look back on it. And I love that because once you reach another hurdle, another challenge, another goal, you have that physical reminder already written down to show you if I had did this, then I could go ahead and get through this next thing. Like anything worth having, it takes practice. So that is my challenge to you. Find 5 minutes. Just start with 5 minutes this week and write down your goals. Do a brain dump. If you had a particularly hard day, just write down how you're feeling about it. Record your progress. If you're working on something, write about how it's going. Just start simple. Just start with 5 minutes and see what happens. As always, I'm here in your corner. Please feel free to reach out to us on our socials and let us know what you write down. Next week, tune in on Thursday for another episode. Please feel free to spread the love. Until then, have the best week.